It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking... The opening tip won by the Timberwolves as we get rolling from Target Center. Jay, 44 wins for the Bucks a year ago. 7th best record in the East. In your mind, foundation, is it in place in Milwaukee?
The foundation is on its way, but it always seems like it comes down to injuries and lack of chemistry for the Bucks.
A couple of cracks at the line now.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Antetokounmpo to Brogdon. Antetokounmpo. His first effort off the mark. Wiggins to Teague to Towns. Down low. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Towns. He throws it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Antetokounmpo to Brogdon. Had a chance, but it's no good. Wiggins to Towns. Teague off the iron. No good. The jumper's off the mark. Nothing going here on that drive. To Brogdon. Oh, he had him there for a second. Brogdon. Shot from the lane won't go. Teague with it up top. Up by 6. To Taj Gibson. Finish that.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Teague with the basketball. Leads 3. Not done. Slam down. Karl Anthony Towns on the follow.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Bucks basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Teague with it up top. Leads a bucket. To Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Bledsoe to Middleton. Bledsoe.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Eric Bledsoe. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 79% at the line. Second and 3 is good. And he hits all 3 free throws.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, number 9.
Minnesota with the basketball. Rose. From the painted area, won't go down. Bledsoe with the basketball. They trail by 1. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Wiggins. Has a look. Almost, but no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
To Gibson. Nothing going here on that drive. Anthony Towns. That's now 4. He hasn't missed. To Middleton. Derrick Rose pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
It's Minnesota basketball. Towns to Rose. The drive right to the basket. Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Covington. To Bledsoe. And that's rebounded by Minnesota. And scores. Karl Anthony Towns with the finish. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Rose into the front court. 14-13 our score. It's a 1-point game. To Covington. Not that time.
And he usually makes a living on shots like that, but sometimes maybe it's just not your night.
To Adetokunbo. To Lopez. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Covington to Towns. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Karl Anthony Towns at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to one. Minnesota at the controls. Rose to Towns. Sizing up the defense. And he's going to the line to shoot two.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line for two shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Giannis with it up top. Down 3. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Rose into the front court. Leads just a point. Nothing going here on that drive. To Towns. Can't connect from inside. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Rose into the front court. Down a point. To Towns. Oh, you've got to get that one to go. Hill across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. To Lopez. George Hill. Nothing going here on that drive. To DiVincenzo. Here's a chance from long range. This young man can drill them on a dime. Dante DiVincenzo.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for Minnesota, number 22, Andrew
Towns. That's out of bounds, off of Giannis. Towns. Able to convert inside.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Karl Anthony Towns with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Derrick Rose slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
number 32, Karl Anthony Towns.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Brook Lopez able to recover with the block. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Bucks with the lead. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast, and the thing I love about it the most, oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. It's a one-point game as we get rolling once again here in the second quarter. Bledsoe, and knocks it down.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
for three. No good. Pau Gasol. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Eric Bledsoe. 4 out of 7.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The assist from number 20.
The Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Brogdon. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. To Bledsoe from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Teague with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Nothing going here on that drive. Teague to Towns. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Count the basket.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
And the finish, slam dunk. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. To Towns. Probing the defense. Pau Gasol with the block. Wolves get it back. And finishes strong.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Number 36.
To Gasol. No, he missed a short one there. Teague with it up top. Down just a couple. They get it down for Towns. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Wide open look won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Teague with the basketball. Down 6. Wiggins guarded by Powell. Screen coming. Wiggins to Teague. Ah, can't miss those. To Middleton. It was right there. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Has a chance. Nikola Mirotic, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 80% at the line. Nope, first one does not go. Good recovery, hits the second free throw. Teague with it up top. Right now, down 7. Shot from the lane won't go. Hill into the front court. He'll run the offense. Cashes in for 2. Timberwolves have the basketball. Teague to Towns. Derrick Rose. 2 of 4 now. For 3. And the rebound gathered in by Towns. Teague with the basketball. They trail by 7. To Covington. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Chris Middleton with the slam.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Rose. To Towns. Count the bucket for 2.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community event. Substitute.
Eric Bledsoe. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To George Hill. Over to the right side. That is great vision to set it up. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Bledsoe with it up top. Up 5. Throws it up. Lopez. Short jumper won't go down. To Towns. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Teague with it up top. They're down 3. Hill to Lopez. Oh, emphatic slam.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Hill. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Nice pass to set things up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Teague with the basketball. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime. To Taj Gibson. Down low Towns. Won't go. Right down Broadway, 4-2. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Bucks in front.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucks are in a close game thus far, Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Timberwolves are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And while they may be down, it's not for a lack of effort. They deserve some respect for how well they've generated scoring with their offensive rebounding. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
A lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A one-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not there for Bledsoe. Defense all over him.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Rose to Gibson. And a chance coming up at the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Taj Gibson at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Bledsoe to Brogdon. From the painted area, won't go down. Rose into the front court. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Giannis Adetokunbo. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Rose to Towns. Pau Gasol snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lays it up and in.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Rose into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Brogdon. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Giannis Adetokunbo sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Bledsoe with the basketball. His guys now down by a point. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
And scores. Karl Anthony Towns with the finish.
In an era where big centers often get devalued, Karl Anthony Towns is a true foundational player. He can function as a traditional center, but also can show you quick moves around the perimeter and knock down that three-point shot from deep.
And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot.
T-Wolves with the basketball.
I got him. Here we go.
Nothing going here on that drive. Ersan Ilyasova rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Slam dunk, Malcolm Brogdon.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rose into the front court. They trail by 1. Runner here won't go. Rose into the front court. Looking to make something happen. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Entering the game for the Bucks, number 22, Chris Middleton.
A big finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Teague with it up top. His guys down 3. To Towns. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally react?
Beyond the arc for 3. And scores.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Down a point. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Minnesota with the basketball.
Here we go.
T. Now a steal by Milwaukee.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Teague with the basketball. Down by 1. Jeff Teague. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Brogdon to Middleton. Karl Anthony Towns swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Chris Middleton sends it away. Giannis with it up top. He'll run the offense. The pass set it all up.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
It's Minnesota basketball. To Taj Gibson. Wiggins. To Towns, down low. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Rose's shot off the iron, no good. Hill across the timeline. Leads just a point. That's out of bounds, off of Giannis. Here comes the screen. Derrick Rose. He's 3 for 7.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Karl Anthony Towns pins it. 4th this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
DiVincenzo. To George Hill. Shot clock winding down to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. They were ready for DiVincenzo on that 3. Covington gets it in the left corner. Towns cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
DiVincenzo to Hill. Goes to the right side. Robert Covington tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Yo, clear out, clear out. Hey, good contact.
Won't go. Minnesota at the controls. Rose to Towns. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Karl Anthony Towns trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Throws it down. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Rose into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Bad pass, and the Bucks have it. Hill buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Three quarters down. Scoreboard says it's all even. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ballgame.
Wiggins, a shot? No. Middleton. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Out of bounds. Last touch by Robert Covington. Adetokunbo to Middleton. Whoa, Chris Middleton. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Teague with it up top. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. Pau Gasol with a piece.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. No good and no foul. To Middleton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. Wiggins to the basket, but his shot won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And easy to get back on defense.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Towns to Teague. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. And he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Taj Gibson. Bucks at the controls. Shot from the lane won't go. Teague with the basketball. All even here in the 4th. Jeff Teague, now 3 for 9.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move though.
To Wiggins. Pau Gasol able to recover with the block. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Gorgie Jang at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Gorgie Jang at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Milwaukee with the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Towns. Now a steal by Milwaukee. To Middleton. Adetokunbo. It's good.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Towns. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it. To Adetokunbo. Gorgie Jang. Huge block. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Here comes the screen. T trying to finish, but he can't get it to go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough player missed the shot before he even got off the ground.
Teague with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. To Towns. Scores from the post. Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Fires the 3, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Rose into the front court. His guys down 3. And scores. Karl-Anthony Towns with the finish. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. Bledsoe. And drains it.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Giannis Adetokunbo with the block. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Gasol. Timberwolves have the basketball. Rose. Probing the defense. Won't go down. Whoa, Chris Middleton. He's now 4 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
No excuse to not be a little bit more physical there on the defensive end. Needed that stop.
Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Rose into the front court. The deficit is 6. Towns to Rose. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Rose. And he knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To DiVincenzo. And the rebound taken in by the T-Wolves. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Shot from in close, no good. Bledsoe slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Deep 2 there, won't go. Giannis Antetokounmpo snatching it out of the air. The Bucks claim victory as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Timberwolves just couldn't close this one out. And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Antetokounmpo was happy to throw down plenty of dunks. And if the defense happened to be there, he brought them along for the ride. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up on behalf of EA.